Capricorn, this is Joanna from Tarot with Joanna, here to do another reading. Hello, hello, hello. So Capricorn, in today's reading, I am going to give you two of the Denise Lynn Oracle cards, going to do your reading and then clarify it. So let us get started. All right, so I just wanted to invite you to my Facebook group, Tarot with Joanna. We're doing a live reading this coming Wednesday. The link is in the community place. Also, if you'd like a personal reading from me, feel free to comment or email me and I will get back to you. All right, so Capricorn, let's see what's going on with your reading. Take what resonates with you and leave the rest. This is for Capricorn spirit. Capricorn, Capricorn, Capricorn. Wow, nice. All right, so you have choosing your path. All is possible. Wow. That is beautiful. Definitely, you guys, there is a new path here, able to choose your path. You are on your own path. You have rainbow blessings. Blessings are showering your life. Yes, in any way, shape, or form, blessings are coming through for you. So it's nice, very nice. Love that. All right, so Capricorn, take what resonates with you and leave the rest. This is going to be for Capricorn. Capricorn, Capricorn, Capricorn. One for the current. One for the situation. Sorry, one for the situation. Oops. One for the situation. One for the past or now. One for the what's hidden. Hopes and fears. Oh, okay. Let me put this here, here, and here. What you need to do now, need to work on, and the outcome. Wow. Okay, and for the end of the tarot deck, you did get the Queen of Cups. There's going to be a lot of messages coming through for you guys, so be ready. You are on a new path, though, definitely. There's messages, there's sudden change. Also, need to start taking care of yourself better, okay? I feel like you're worried about something here, definitely. Really have that compassion and forgiveness for everything that's going on in your life, okay, guys? All right, so let's see what's going on. You start off with the Death card here, Capricorn. The Death card is talking about changes coming in, endings coming in. A lot of things have ended, like, you know, things that you didn't expect are just moving and changing forward. You have the Hermit card for the situation. Really try to go within. Take some time for yourself. I feel like you could also be teaching people something, but definitely looking for some kind of answers. Yeah, the Page of Wands. New things are coming in, new experiences. You're ready for it. Nice, very nice. Also messages. I feel like there's messages coming in. Be ready. There's some kind of message. Then you have the Four of Pentacles up here. I feel like you're very, very stubborn about leaving the past. I feel like you're still holding on to something very hard, very dearly. I feel like you need to start saving money also, and I feel like there's traveling here. You have the Nine of Swords here. The Nine of Swords is talking about really being worried about things, you know, in your mind, about making more things than you should in your mind about things, you know, really overthinking. You have the Wheel of Fortune here. The Wheel of Fortune is talking about that there is a cycle coming to a close, but there's new experiences coming in. It's like you're moving on to the next level. Very nice. And you have it here. You have these cards here. You know, they're all pointing to a new direction. So take it, use it, run with it. You have the Six of Wands here, and the Six of Wands is saying that, you know, you want this victory, this success, you know. I feel like there's also people watching you or could be looking at you. We'll see why it's here. And then you have the Five of Wands down here for the outcome. The Five of Wands is talking about really having that frustration, really having a lot of arguing around you, anger, stuff like that. So we'll see why it is here, Capricorn. Capricorn, take what resonates with you and leave the rest. Sorry, guys, that was my phone. Okay, it's just the weather. Okay, here we go. All right, Capricorn. Let's see what's going on for you. Why is the death card here, Spirit? What for Capricorn? Wow. All right, Capricorn, so you came into your own reading. Okay. So you do have the death card. You have 3 major arcana cards in one position here. Okay. So, you're going through a lot of changes right now. Okay. A lot of changes coming to an end. Things have come to an end. Things are just changing for you a lot. You're searching for answers. They're asking you to really go within, to really try your best to go within. You're still holding on to a lot. I feel like you're doing the same. You're still going back to the same patterns. I still feel like you could be feeling stuck also. But I feel like, you're trying your best to leave this behind because you're going through this huge transformation. Of course you are, definitely. And I feel like you're going to overcome this, but you still need to try to go within, to clear your mind, to find that inner peace, because you are definitely looking for some kind of answers here. Wow. You'll be okay, Capricorn. You got to keep going, okay? Not give up. Start taking care of yourself also. You have the Hermit. Why is the Hermit here for this situation? One more card. Wow. So you have the Hermit card here. And like I said, you've been looking for answers, searching for answers, because something has come to an end in your life. You have the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords here. And the Ten of Swords is talking about, like, you're not doing the same thing over and over again. You're not going to go, you've been through it all. The Ten of Swords is about, like, relationships, careers, projects, whatever, coming to an end. Like, they're not going to no longer exist because new things want to come in for you. But it's very hard for you. It's very hard because, you're in your mind a lot about things. You have the Hermit card here twice, and the Hermit is like a teacher, like, Father God. He's like, I want the answers. I want the answers, and I'm looking for them, but it's hard for you because you're in your mind a lot. You can't think straight. You can't see straight. You've been feeling stuck. But things are going to come to an end. You have the Magician card here, and the Magician is talking about that, things have come to an end, yes, and they're going to change. But remember, it's not up to you. You can't control the change that's coming in, but you can control the way you're thinking. You can control the way you're creating your world. And this is you. If you're going to create your world with, being in your mind all the time, worried, feeling angry, feeling frustrated, then that's how your world's going to be. But if you create your world with happiness and positivity, and faith, and knowing that, everything's going to fall into place. I know that I've been through a lot, but I'm going to overcome it. Just like I overcame this and I overcame that, really think about all that, okay? Because, you need to start thinking positive and change that energy that you're in right now. You do have the Page of Wands here. There are new things coming in for you. The Page of Wands says that there's messages coming in for you. Believe in yourself, you guys. Believe in yourself that you can do anything, okay? I feel like something new is coming in. I feel like you need to be open for all kinds of possibilities because they are definitely coming in. Have optimism, have patience, just remember there's new things coming in. I do feel like it's now because you are on this new path here. Blessings are trying to come in for you. You're on different paths. They're telling you, hey, come over here, try this, try that. And that's what's going to happen. But keep your faith. Believe that you can overcome all this because you can. You have the Four of Pentacles here. And why is the Four of Pentacles here for Capricorn? One more card. So, you hold on to a lot. You see this card and they're asking you, save money. Yes, save money when you can. But you also hold on to a lot. You've been holding on to a lot of past, because if you didn't hold on to it, you wouldn't be in this place where you're feeling, stuck, or you're feeling like you're looking for answers, or you're feeling like, you're worried all the time, or taking on a lot, or bitterness, or, and they're asking you to really try to let that go. Stop being stubborn and let go of it, let it go because you don't need it. You really don't. They're asking you to take things to start putting things in order. Start building what you want, putting it out there, you know, because it's going to be successful. So try your best to do that, okay, Capricorn? They're also saying that, you know, really see the truth in everything that's going on around you. You know, stop being blind by, you know, whatever it is that you're worried about, or trying to control what it is that you're trying to not see, or you're trying not to change. Go with the change, you know, because it's going to be worth it. They're really asking you to really to see the truth in things, to not to jump to conclusions about everything that's going on, you know. Everything has two sides to it. Remember, you know, you may think that it's something, but it's really not. Okay, so they're asking you to really, really try not to jump to conclusions, but really communicate better and really see the truth in things, and try to start putting things in order, okay? Because you need to. You need to. I feel like also too, like you're going to be learning something new here. Or you've been wanting to learn something new, you just haven't been able to do it. You have the Nine of Swords here for the hopes and fears. Why is the Nine of Swords here on my card? So you have the Justice card, and you have the Seven of Cups here. The Nine of Swords is talking about that you've been in your mind a lot. You are definitely in your mind a lot. I could tell. You know, you're worried about things. You know, you're worried about this. You're worried about that, and they're asking you to really try to leave that behind. You know, maybe you're just making things more than what they should be. Okay, maybe you're really overthinking about things that you shouldn't be overthinking about. I feel like you're trying to contemplate a decision here. I feel like, you know, with the Seven of Cups, because, you know, if you look at him, he's like really trying to choose what it is that he wants. And I feel like you are doing that right now because of these cards that you have. This card right here is showing, it's not saying choosing is, you know, it's not saying choosing, you know, you're going to go on this path. It's saying choosing a path. And that means you have more than one opportunity here. Okay. And they're also saying that anything is possible. Like, you know, you could be wherever you're at, and then all of a sudden you could take, you know, you could be traveling to another country, you know, who knows? But just you're in your mind a lot about a lot of things. I also feel with the Justice card here, I feel like things are going to balance out for you. I feel like, you know, you need to just get out of your mind about things, because, you know, the answers will come quicker if you're not in your mind. I feel also too that justice is here, that you don't need to go and pay back anybody, that justice is here, karma is here. It happens on its own. Give it to God, okay? I feel like you're going to be able to make decisions. I feel like you're going to be able to balance things out. I feel like people are going to be making fair decisions on you, and you're going to be you're going to be able to make fair decisions also. Wow. I do feel like for somebody out there that they're dealing with going into a legal situation, like they're trying to decide whether they should either get a divorce or sue somebody, or like take them to court, something like that, that it weighs heavy on your mind. And I feel like that's also part of it here. That's a message for somebody. You have the Wheel of Fortune here for what you need to do now. Why is the Wheel of Fortune here? Wow. Wow. So definitely your luck is going to change for the better, you guys. You have the Wheel of Fortune here, and there is something that's coming to a close, you know, because you're on this new path. You're trying to figure out where you're going to go next. And as soon as you do, the doors are going to start opening. So get ready, because things are going to start moving very fast for you. I feel like there's new experiences here for you. I feel like you need to start taking it easy though, okay? Because you know, you are a multitasker, and you try to create this abundance as, you know, you work, you know, you do this, you do that, and you know, you're very good at it, but you're not very good at taking care of yourself, and they're asking you to try to start taking care of yourself, because things are definitely going to start moving very fast. There's a lot of change here. There's a lot of messages coming in, so be ready. Be ready for this, okay? Nice. Then you have the Six of Wands. Why is the Six of Wands here for Capricorn on my card? Wow. I feel like there is going to be some kind of success for you. I feel like there is a success. I feel like you're gonna achieve what you want. I also feel like you got to be careful with what you're doing because people are watching you. I feel like there could be some kind of jealousy here, also. But be careful with that, okay? But you are going to be successful. There is success here. Um, I feel like you're very overwhelmed with everything that's going on. I feel like you have a lot of burdens on you, and I feel like you have a lot of worry on you. I feel like you're very frustrated with everything, trying to do this, trying to do that, and it's just moving very fast for you, and it's hard for you to catch up. And I feel like you need to start setting boundaries. You really do, because you are definitely going towards something new, and it's going to be even more hectic soon. So get ready, okay? Because things are going to change. You're not going to stay in the same place. Believe me, trust me. You may think that you're going to stay in the same place, but you're not. You're going to move forward, okay? And also to follow your heart. I feel like you need to follow your heart. I feel like you need to open your heart to have that forgiveness and that compassion, okay? You really need to have that. I feel like you're building this wall around your heart that you don't let nothing in because you don't want to be hurt again. And I feel like you need to really just have compassion and forgiveness. And like I always say, you don't have to go to that person and beg them for forgiveness. You don't. But it's just that you have to have it in your mind and in your head that, you know what, I'm not going to let this person make me like, such a monster. And no matter what the circumstances are, you really need to have that in your heart, okay? Also feel, yeah. And then you have the Five of Wands here. Why is the Five of Wands here for the outcome? One more card. Wow, definitely. So like I said, you're really reviewing everything. You have the Five of Wands here. The Five of Wands is talking about anger, frustration, being bitter, really being angry about things, arguing also. But I feel like you need to leave that behind, and you will, because you have the Eight of Cups. You're leaving it behind. Things are not going to be the same anymore because you are going through a lot of changes here. And I feel like you're being pushed forward no matter what. There is going to be success here. There's going to be blessings, but you also need to work at it too because you are looking for answers. You are looking for answers. You're in your mind a lot, and you need to start thinking positive because even though you're going to go through all these changes, it's going to push you forward, yes, but you're still going to have to be making decisions. You're still going to have to know what you want to do next, so just remember that. Clear your mind, okay? And then you have the Seven of Pentacles here, and the Seven of Pentacles is talking about that you are definitely reviewing everything, and in a way it's a good thing because you can see all your accomplishments, everything that you've been through, and everything that you've been through is just going to make you stronger. It's just going to make you, it's a lesson that you learn because you're not going to do the same thing again. But the thing is that right now you're reviewing everything because you're going to move forward. You're not staying there. Trust me, you're not going to stay in the same place. You're going to move forward, but you still need to think positive. You need to get out of this worrying. You need to start setting boundaries. You need to leave this anger behind, and you also need to open your heart to where you have compassion and forgiveness, because that is a big thing there. Wow. All right, so Capricorn, I hope you have a wonderful, blessed Thanksgiving. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I will definitely see you next time. God bless.